What you doing on my bed? What you doing on my bed? Hi. Oh yeah, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Yes, you do. Yes, you love you so much, Poo-Poo. You're my kitty. You're my kitty. Tell them what we're doing. What are we doing? We're filming video. We're filming a video, Papa. Hey guys, it's me Jessica, and today I'm doing a review for And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Oh my god, this book blew my mind to smithereens. It was so good. I highly recommend this book. If you've never read Agatha Christie, this is the Agatha Christie book you want to start with. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So the synopsis of the story is 7 people who don't know each other end up on this island and they all get accused of murder and they all start dying. It's a fantastic story. It is so good. It will leave you on the edge of your seat. It is amazing and I highly recommend it. That's all I'm going to say for the non-spoilers. I highly recommend it. Go read it. If you've never read Agatha Christie, this is the book you want to start out with, and just read it. Just read it. It's so good. Alright, let's talk about just basically who did it. The judge, Lawrence Wargrave, is the people that was murdering all of them. Oh my goodness, I never suspected it was him at all. I just never thought it was him at all. And then in the end, I read the letter and I'm just like, wait, what? It's him? And then it all starts like clicking into place. I was like, oh wow, oh wow, wow. Oh my gosh, it's just mind-blowing because Lawrence Wargrave and the doctor, what's the doctor's name? I forgot the doctor's name. Like, there are so many characters, it's hard to keep up with all of them. But the doctor, they made a pact together, and the doctor made a pact with the killer, and then he was killed himself. He was pushed off the cliff into the water because it followed the riddle. Like, it followed not the riddle, but the child like rhyme thing, which I knew exactly when I saw it. I knew that all of them were gonna follow, that all of them were gonna die based on the circumstances of all the stanzas in the rhyme, in the poem, the child's poem. I knew that was gonna happen and I thought it was so clever. I was like, oh, I know what you're doing, Agatha Christie. That's so clever. Like, oh, it's so good. And it's so good. And there is a BBC miniseries of Then There Were None, and I just want to watch it, and I want to find it, and I want to watch it. It's gonna be great. So I want to talk about the person that ends up dying last, not Lawrence. Vera is the last person to die, and like that whole sequence where she shoots Lombard and then ends up hanging herself, I was just like jaw open the whole entire time, and then it goes straight to the epilogue, and then I was like, wait, but who's the murderer? Who was killing them in the first place? Were they all just doing it? Like, oh, it confused me. And then I got to the letter and I was like, oh my god, genius. But that whole sequence of her, and then like her kind of having a mental breakdown where she's like, oh, I'm finally alone, and then she's like, the guy that she was in love with, she's like, oh, he's upstairs, and she keeps like messing up the child rhyme in her head, thinking that in the end that last boy soldier goes home and gets married, but he goes home and hangs himself, and then there were none. It was so good. It was so good. I think my favorite death, I want to talk about favorite death. My favorite death might have to be, I think it's that old lady who has the cyanide overdose, and then there's the bee, because it was just, we saw it from her point of view and how she was like, and then she's like feeling unwell and she's kind of getting dizzy and disoriented, and then, you know, she feels the bee sting, but it's actually the needle, and that was mind-blowing. That was so good. And then Lawrence Wargrave says that he was like slowly poisoning her, like, oh my god. It was just so perfectly crafted. I can't stop saying how amazing this book was. It's so good. I will say, in the beginning, it started out very slow. I was just like, they hear the recording of them all being accused of murder, and then it takes like maybe a whole other chapter before someone actually dies. And I was like, come on, let's get this going. Let's get this going. It was right after Mr. Rogers died that like all the murders just started happening one after another, and everyone starts panicking, and it just gets so intense, and it's so good. It's so good. It's such a great story. I was talking to my friend who's also read it. Valeria's read it, and she's just like, it's amazing. And she's like, I have to reread it again because it's just so good. It's so good. But I never for a second did I suspect that the judge was the bad guy. Like, never did I suspect that. I really thought that he was one of the people that murdered someone, because there was that point in the book where he goes up to his room and he takes out his false teeth and he talks about how he convicted that one guy and how he has like no shame about it, how he has no regrets about it, he has no guilt. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's sick SOB. I was like, oh, he's so disgusting. But it's like, he was guilty in the first place, so like he has no guilt about it because the guy was guilty. And then how Lawrence kills himself in the end, he like rigs up this contraption to where like he pulls something and he gets shot in the head, so like he actually kills himself because he himself is guilty then in the end, because he's killed all these people that are guilty of murdering, or yeah, of murder, and because he himself he himself has committed murder, he kills himself. As a judge, he can't like kill people and then go on living because he's a judge. It just made perfect sense to me, and it's such a great story. Alright, so that is all I'm going to say about And Then They Were None by Agatha Christie. I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. Blew my mind. Can't say any other good things about it. It's so good. So if you like this video, please give it a like, comment down below what your favorite murder in the And Then There Were None was, because I told you mine. Mine was Miss Kent, I believe that's her name. The spinster Miss Kent. Subscribe to get notified when I make a new video. Ring that bell if you want to get notified immediately as well. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Bye!